Hey, who are you?
My, you're jumpy. Look at you, cowering in a corner. What happened to the fearless, dashing raider I used to know?
I'm not a raider anymore, Isabella. I'm just an honest merchant now.
Please, Martin. You wouldn't know honest if I tied you up and spanked you with it.
You tie him up. I'll go find some honesty.
Very funny, Isabella. You said you could find me help. This is the best you could do, eh?
Yes, why don't we insult the people coming to help? That will work out wonderfully.
You want the help or not?
Yes, I want help. I need someone to help me find out where the raiders have hidden my stolen cargo. This job's as easy as a peg-legged tavern wench, and there's good coin in it to boot.
You used to be a raider. What happened?
Yes, I was a raider. Back then it was just smuggling and petty thievery. It's changed since that madman Ianto took power around here. Extortion, murder, kidnapping. He does it all. It's just not to my taste. I tried to get out, but he didn't like that. This scar on my neck, he gave it to me. Slit my throat and threw me overboard. I tried to start a new life away from this bullshit. And he has his men chase me down and steal my cargo.
And you're perfectly innocent of wrongdoing, aren't you?
His story actually sounds kind of similar to Isabella, in that he's a thief, but only to a point.
What did the raiders do to you?
They closed in on my ship and forced her into the cliffs. My crew and I barely made it out alive. They must have salvaged the cargo when it washed ashore.
It's your cargo. You look for it.
Those raiders are still looking for me. I'm not going to draw their attention.
Are the raiders a big problem around here?
They've got some big plan for Kirkwall, or so I've heard. If they're not a problem now, they will be soon.
Dun dun dun.
Why would the raiders want your cargo? Is it valuable?
How should I know why they want it? It's just spices and herbs. Nothing special.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
I'll take care of it.
You'll need to look around the docks. The crates bear the seal of the Orlesian Port Authority, so you'll know it when you see it.
You're assuming I know what an Orlesian Port Authority seal looks like.
It's fancy. Just like everything Orlesian. I've had it with the raiders, and this cargo is the key to me getting on the straight and narrow. You're doing me a huge favor here, friend. Thank you, and be careful.
Alright.
Like everything from eating to fighting is a lot less complex than it used to be.
Well, I'm not so sure that how honest he is about that whole straight and narrow thing, but it's raiders who have captured his goods. So, thieving from thieves, so to speak, not necessarily the greatest sin in the world. So let's check it out. And this actually gives us our first excuse to go to the docks. And from what Varric said in the introduction to this act, this is where the refugees from a sunken ship have been hanging out, and the refugees are Qunari.
I've always wondered, why is every surface dwarf a merchant or a smith?
You left out criminals and hired muscle.
They don't count.
We dwarves are drawn to shiny objects. Sort of like magpies, but with business sense.
You're kidding.
Of course I am. We come to the surface with the skills our ancestors had, Blondie. You think there's a tradition of dwarf woodcutters in Orzammar? Beekeepers? Sailors?
Well, there could be mushroom growers and nug wranglers.
Orzammar will never let those people go topside. Too vital. Also, embarrassing.
So just up the way there is where the Qunari compound is. And we will go there eventually, but not today. Gotta be on the lookout for random loot around here.
You from the south?
Also, this was the last place where the mercenaries are that we're supposed to take out for Sebastian's bounty. So we'll probably run into them at some point. In fact, let me look at the map here. I don't know exactly where they are, but they definitely are around here somewhere. They're just not marked.
I'm looking for some cargo.
You're in luck. Cargo all around. Take your pick.
Nice.
A laborer with a smart mouth. You hardly ever see those.
What do you want?
I'm looking for crates sealed by the Orlesian Port Authority.
Haven't seen any. Sorry.
Talk to the harbour master. I'll bet he's got information about your cargo. He's in his office.
Hey, if you're done wagging your tongue, can we get those sacks off the docks?
Right.
Could have sworn I knew a girl like you out of Rivain.
Let's see.
I don't know you, you don't know me.
Okay, Isabella's trading words with some of the random dock people around here. I thought maybe the last of the mercenaries was over here. But I don't see anything immediately. There is a shady merchant over here, though. See if they have anything interesting. Yeah, some poison mixes, but that's about it. Speaking of which, let's have a look and see if there's anything interesting that we should be equipping. I'll take that. And what's the belt here? Nah, that's not interesting for Hawke. Isabella, anything interesting? Oh good, she has enough dexterity she could use the bodice ripper now. So there we go. And no, sailor's belt works fine. For Varric, man, we need to give something to Varric, so we'll give him the belt here. Put some fire damage onto his crossbow. Other than that, I think that's it.
If you've the coin.
I could have sworn that the last Flint Company was around here. Let me check my journal here one more time. Duty. Okay. We took care of them at Sundermount, at the Wounded Coast. Search the Cornwall docks. Oh, it's at night. Okay. Alright, we'll do that as soon as we're done here with the Dockmaster. Just around the corner here. Quick save, just to be sure. There you are.
Shipping manifest.
I think I lost it.
Well, then you can't bring your goods in. Viscount's rules, not mine.
You should take credit for those rules.
Ugh. Adam, deal with this.
I apologize on Liam's behalf. He is a very, very busy man. I'm Adam, the Harbour Master's assistant. I understand you're looking for Elysian cargo. I have seen the crates. I can't remember where. Such a shame.
I can't imagine what you mean.
The clink of gold coin often jogs my memory.
Oh boy. Okay. We'll have to bribe him, I guess.
Is this enough to help you remember?
Ah, it's coming back to me. The cargo is in Alton Woodrow's warehouse, by the dock. I'm glad we could help each other out.
So his directions are, it's on the place by the docks. Thank you. Hawke's feeling a little snarky today, isn't she? Actually, we can probably finish up that quest in the night version of this as well. So let's just go ahead and do that here since we're near an exit. Nighttime.
There's always pretenders out at night. Sometimes you have to correct them. Good point.
And we have Redwater. Oh, it's the Raiders. Oh, speaking of Raiders. I guess the guy was right. They are doing stuff around here. Let's make it rain. Anyone else? Ah, yes, over here.
Idiot thugs and their gangs. Always around at night, but there's good coin in getting rid of them.
Indeed. Okay. Oops, going the wrong way. Back up. There's where the last of the mercenaries are hanging out. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, locked chest.
That should do it.
And okay, we got boots. Whoop-de-doo. Got a disused passage here. There's quite a bit of sewer runs, lines, whatever you want to call them, tunnels, I guess, running under the dock area. And we'll be going down there several times during the game for various reasons. Here's the warehouse district, so this is probably where we want to be to get the cargo.
It's in the pie.
That was random. Okay. Well, at least it's not a big warehouse, so we won't have to look for too long.
Trap!
Where? Ah, bottom of the stairs. Thank you, Hawke.
All set.
Here are the guards.
Gotcha.
You see that enemy there, it's called an assassin. He appeared seemingly out of nowhere. Most enemies that have the term assassin on them can engage in a stealth mode where they won't appear and you can't really target them again until they do at least one backstab attack. So they're probably one of the more just annoying enemies, especially on harder difficulty. Another trap.
Done.
Yay for free experience. Okay, let's check it out. Sample of Martin's cargo.
I wouldn't breathe that in if I were you. Looks like Martin's trading in death.
Just herbs and spices, huh? Let's have a quick look around here. There should be some random loot. I usually my own style is usually to spend a good number of quests just gathering up everything I can until my inventory starts to get a little bit on the full side, and then just sell everything off at the next merchant area that I pass by. Maybe it doesn't give you the most bang for your buck in terms of selling prices, but it's just more convenient that way. Ah, chest over here.
Watch your step.
And a trap.
That should do it.
Hopefully there's something good in it then. Not really. That was disappointing. I actually don't know how many of these drops are random versus having fixed items. My guess is most of them are probably randomized, to at least to some degree. Oh, there's more of you. There we go.
Hawke helped a little.
Haven't picked up a whole lot of magical items yet. Which is too bad, because we have 3 different followers who are mages. Remember to save your game frequently. Words to live by. Alright. Down this way. Should be lots of shady characters hanging out here. Should be a way out here. Okay. So we want to go back to the Hanged Man and give this guy his perfectly harmless cargo back.
What?
Just wondering if the feathered pauldrons are an essential part of the moody rebel mage persona.
What are you talking about?
I'm working on an epic poem about a hopelessly romantic apostate, waging an epic struggle against forces he can't possibly defeat.
What do you mean, can't possibly defeat?
Well, it's not a good story unless the hero dies.
That's a bit ominous.
Guess what I found? Crates filled with enough poison to assassinate every noble in Orlais, and then some.
I knew I should have told you not to look in the crates. Look, there's nothing shady going on here. I got the stuff from a legitimate supplier, and I'm going to sell it through legitimate channels. It's all legitimate.
It's poison. It kills people.
I just sell it. I'm not responsible for what people do with it. So, where is it?
So you can say yes or no here. Frankly, this stuff is going somewhere else other than Kirkwall, so I'm not sure if Hawke is super concerned about the shipment here. At least not particularly where it's going. And after all, she did agree to help him out here.
Do you know where Alton Woodrow's warehouse is?
Merchant Woodrow's place. I know it. Thanks for this, friend. You've more than earned your reward. I'm gonna get my goods. You come back once I'm set up, I'll give you a discount.
So if you're planning an extremely conscientious character who's like, I'm not going to have anything to do with, even obliquely, with that kind of stuff, I would suggest that if you want to not gain rivalry points with Varric or Isabella, that you don't have them in your party when you turn this guy down, and say that you're not going to tell him where his stuff is. Otherwise, you're going to get some moderate rivalry points from both of them. I think it's mostly just because Varric and Isabella lean very heavily on keeping your word, keeping bargains. So if you break that, they get a little annoyed. But anyway, like I said, Hawke is a good character, and she tends to do the right thing. But I don't see her as like an overly moralistic person either. She's not that extreme. So she tends to keep her word as much as she can as well. All right. Where were we? We were talking with people. So let's go see Meryl. And Oh, I don't think we've actually been to Meryl's house yet, so it doesn't appear on the map. So we'll have to go to Lowtown first.
Ravaney, stop looking at my chest. My eyes are up here.
But the chest hair...
Do you know how much I suffer under your gaze? I am a person, not an object.
Varric?
Just shitting you.
Yes, one of the running gags of Dragon Age 2. Varric's chest hair. Some of the ladies just can't get enough of it, apparently. Let's see, we want to go this way. Stop by off at the alienage. Ah, yes, here's that swindler guy who was saying that he had Andraste's ashes.
Not a step closer. No refunds on the ashes, friend. If the Maker doesn't favor you, that's between you and him, isn't it?
Oh, really?
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Have some arrows. Ah, surprise, surprise, it's the Carta behind this.
I am not leaving this.
Okay. Well, to be honest, they attacked me first. And I'm sure we've done the Lowtown a bit of a favor here. I'll get some free armor out of it. I'll have to check that out later. Meanwhile, down in the alienage, Meryl's house is here. Oh, free stuff. Moth-eaten scarf. Yay.
Hello.
The priest was asking after you again last week.
I've brought my family there twice this year. What more does she want from us?
He's an apostate.
Gotta come to the chantry and pay your offerings. There's Meryl.
I didn't think you'd come. I'll find something relatively clean for you to sit on. Can I get you something to eat or drink? I have water.
It's cozy. And your furry friends are charming.
Oh, are the rats back? I thought I'd found all their holes. I wanted to thank you for bringing me here, but I'm making a mess of it.
I'm not sure thanks applies to this. Not without a lot of irony, anyway.
It's not pretty, but this is where I need to be. I haven't exactly had many friends. Not even among my own clan. This is tricky.
What made you unpopular with the Dalish?
Being first to the Keeper, I was always a bit secluded. I studied magic and history while the others were learning the Via Tanadal. It's good that I left. I'd have made a terrible Keeper. I was never that good with people.
It won't take long before you're the most popular girl in the alienage.
Mythol, I hope not. I'd managed to say something stupid in front of everyone and embarrass myself. Thank you for coming to visit me, Hawke. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, a little bit of rivalry out of their conversation. I think just from pure awkwardness. Alright. So next, let's go to Anders' place and talk with him. Unfortunately, you can't really talk to someone, even if they're wanting to speak with you, until you're actually at their home base. But it's not a big deal. So, let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot. Anders is the only one who has a home base that doesn't have a separate icon on the map. So you always have to walk through Darktown in order to speak with him. I'm not sure if that's because the devs just forgot to put that in there, or if because the idea was that Darktown is so dangerous that you can't just auto-travel through it to get anywhere. Which is fair enough, but, I mean, it works for the story-wise, but it's still kind of annoying. And I think I'm going the wrong way. Just have to take care of these guys first. Okay, where are we supposed to go? This way. Random sack with random junk. Don't read too much into that last line. Okay. Come on over here, Anders, and let's have a conversation.
These patients need me more than anyone in Hightown.
That is probably true.
I had a friend like you once. Got in all kinds of trouble. Dragged me along. Didn't think I'd be doing that again. I got a bit weighty the last time we talked. Sorry for putting that on you.
Weighty speech. Oh, by the way, this icon here has the heart that's now black with a lightning bolt through it, or if you could also assume that it's a breaking heart. This is a way that if you want to immediately end any chances of romance and you don't want to have any more flirt options with the character so that you don't accidentally click them, you can do one of these, and it'll make it impossible for any future chance of romance with that particular character.
You'd be surprised how people just tell me their darkest secrets. I must look trustworthy.
You look... something. True. Proud. Like even if you don't agree with me, you'll be honest. I hope I didn't seem too selfish when I told you about justice. I didn't know what would happen. I figured a willing host, a friend. It had to be better than playing the demon and haunting some corpse.
Still creepy.
Fine. What would you do? How would you try to stand against the Templars? If you're born with magic, they hear about it. They search your little rat-spit village and find you. They tell your parents they'll be thrown in prison if they ever ask about you, stripped of their rights in the eyes of the Maker. And if you run away, they hunt you down.
Uh-oh.
Again and again and again.
You're starting to glow again.
And since yours is the only head here and I don't want to rip it off, I should stop. Yes. Sorry. Besides, we have so much to do before the deep roads. Next time, I'll try to keep to more pleasant topics.
Yeah, I mean, on the one hand, Anders does have, very good points about how mages are being treated, especially here in Kirkwall. But with justice inside him, he gets going, and before you know it, someone's nearby is going to get hurt. Because he's going to explode into rage. He's like a mage version of the Hulk. Okay, one more, and that is Fenris. We've talked to everyone else. So let's go to what used to be Daenerys' mansion.
It was this big.
There's no way. Impossible. I've had hundreds of those in my hands, and they're never that size.
Would I lie about something so critical?
I can't stand it anymore. What are you two talking about?
We're discussing knives, of course. Well, daggers, technically. I never remember the difference. Why? What did you think we were talking about?
Ha ha. Let's not just stand around comparing the size of our daggers, shall we? So yes, let's go to Daenerys' former mansion, which Fenris is now occupying. There it is. And Fenris doesn't feel any particular need to clean the place up. This is a much more broody atmosphere. I'm sure it suits him.
Egregio Pavali. There are 6 bottles in the cellar. Daenerys used to have me pour it for his guests. My appearance intimidated them, he said, which he enjoyed.
I can't imagine why they would be put off.
I'll take that as a compliment. It's good I can still take pleasure in the small things.
You could have offered me a glass first, you know.
There's more, if you're really interested.
Perish the thought. How else would you redecorate the walls?
I've wanted to leave my past behind me, but it won't stay there. Tell me, have you never wanted to return to Ferelden?
I have no home left to return to.
The Blight is over. You could rebuild what you lost. Do you truly not want to?
My mother came from Kirkwall. Our heritage is here.
Having a place where you can put down roots, I understand. Still, to have the option must be gratifying.
Do you intend to keep living here?
I haven't decided. For now, it's as good as any other place. I would return to Saharan if I could, but there is no life for me there.
Is that where you're from?
So I've been told.
Were you very young when you left then?
Perhaps.
Oh, this isn't getting us very far.
You could track your former master down, I assume.
I imagine he has returned to Minrathous, though I dare not go near the city while he is alive. No, it is better to wait for him to leave his fortress, fight from a fortified position. I do not expect your help when that day comes, but I would not turn it aside.
You've been on the run a long time, then.
3 years now. Daenerys has a way of finding me. Perhaps it is the markings. Whatever the means, it never takes him long to follow. This is the first time I've given him reason to pause. I suppose there are advantages in numbers.
Haven't you sought help before?
Hirelings, when I could steal the coin. Never anyone of substance. Until you. Daenerys will not give up, however. I await his return.
Maybe it's just me, but it sounds like you want to stick around.
I could see myself staying, for the right reasons. I should thank you again for helping me against the hunters.
Yes, you should.
Had I known Anso would find me a woman so capable, I might have asked him to look sooner.
You sound like you're about to ask for a loan.
Well, this mansion does require some upkeep. Perhaps I'll practice my flattery for your next visit. With any luck, I'll become better at it.
Fenris only smiles for Hawke. Alright. So we've gotten some friendship points there. And we used... once you use a flirt option, it begins to unlock other chances for flirting options down the road, basically. Alright. I think that will pretty much do it. Yeah, we're out of companion quests now. So, just Well, actually, no. I'll do the... We have the Black Emporium here thing. I want to show you guys that at some point. But actually, I'll just wait and do that a little bit later. There's no particular rush for that one. So I think I will just cut the video here, and this will finish up Chapter 1. And when we come back, we will pick up some more of the main quests in this act with Chapter 2. So until that time, fellow adventurers, take care.